What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience. I'm Arthur Moats, and you know what time it is. Oh man, ladies and gents, we got a fun one today. Gotta catch up, man, on some Steelers trade interest, man, that popped up on us at the end of last weekend. Very, very interesting, man. Like I said, man, we'll for certain talk about that. Got some UFL stuff going on as well, man. Some former Steelers making some noise down there. All right, shout out to the black and gold guys making their noise in the spring league. Shout out. Yes, indeed. Also got some ownership talk, man, with that UFL, man, with some NFL crossover as well. The homie TG, I found him, I located him, I figured out what was going on. So we should have the homie at 2:00, man, on the hotline, man, chopping it up with him, catching up on a lot surrounding the black and gold, the UFL, and just the NFL as a whole. And yeah, if y'all see me going through it, just know I got a girl that's about to graduate in 2.5 days, Lord. Not even 2.5 anymore, man, because we pretty much done with the school day today. She graduates in 2 days from high school. So yeah, it's one of them ones right now, baby. I said, you really can't have a bad day at all this week because your little lady, who's no longer little anymore, is about to cross that stage, man, which is obviously big time accomplishment for my little lady. So like I said, man, we will talk about, just life in general, man. But with that being the case, like I said, man, we got plenty that we're going to tap in with, man. Plenty to discuss, man. And hopefully, it's probably going to come up. But yeah, with some social media activity going on as well, man. Some people dropping some nuggets, some behind the scenes revealing information on the twitter.com. Shout out, man. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a vibe, man. Also some housekeeping stuff. So obviously, Teesprings, right? The website that is located under all of the YouTube videos has the different merchandise up there. You see, we updated it, man. We'll continue to let y'all know that, man. We got new merch, man, with the new logo, the Arthur Moats Experience. All right. Might have some vintage collection stuff up there as well for the old school folk. But make sure y'all tap in, man. Check that out, man. Like I said, on every video live or pre-recorded, you will see the Teesprings merchandise deck up there, man. So check that out. Also, for the Instagram crowd, man, shout out to y'all that have been interacting over on that as well. I said, man, I might have to plan a giveaway on the Instagram, man, just because of the love that, the channel has been receiving. And speaking of giveaways, most definitely, it's not going to be this week. Because like I said, my baby girl's graduating this week. All right. I thought her driving was insane. Man, she did her senior walk through the middle school and intermediate elementary school, and seeing her with the cap and gown next to little sis and little bro, I said, "Ooh, baby, ooh, it's real." So, like I said, man, we ain't gonna do a lot this week, all right? Because you already know fam getting into town, and we're gonna have a whole vibe, man. But like I said, man, we will do a 50K giveaway, man, 50 subscriber giveaway. Let me say subscriber, not $50,000. We ain't giving away that. No, we ain't say that now. But we are going to do a 50,000 subscriber giveaway, man, because we have definitely crossed that threshold. And now that some of the chaos has settled, I think it's appropriate, man, that we do something real nice, real nice. All right. So probably next week sometime frame, man, we'll get the details and the particulars of that. All right. But like I said, with that being the case, we got to tap in and do this thing the way that we always do. So, you know the drill. Drop it in the comment section, baby, where you are tuning in from. So that way I can give you that big boy shout out to start today's show. And of course, don't forget to hit the like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel. And speaking of new to the channel, I've been running into a lot of yins that have been around the city that not just follow the Steelers channel, but y'all also follow Kicking It with Moats, the sneaker channel. I was just surprised at the amount of Steeler fans that are actually sneakerheads as well, man. So shout out. Or maybe y'all just fans of me. I don't know. But either way, man, I appreciate y'all checking out the sneaker channel, Kicking It with Most, man, liking that up, subscribing that as well. Like I said, man, that thing is growing, and yes, definitely a lot of crossover that I see, man, in terms of subscribers from this channel engaging in the content over there as well, man. So like I said, man, from the heart, definitely appreciate each of you all, baby. But let's see. And see, that's why I had to clarify X Concept. She's talking about some $50,000 giveaway. I did not say $50,000 giveaway. I got a baby about to go to college. All right. I ain't giving away $50K just to give it. No. Robert Morris University is about to be getting all of my disposable income. Okay, that's where this is about to be going to. Okay, so yeah, y'all get it on the next go round. All right, not this go round, next go round. But the 50,000 subscriber giveaway. Oh yeah, I got you on that one. I definitely got you on that. But let's see, man. We got Jar Devil in the building at 310 San Pedro, California. Shout out. You know Rod Dollar always pulling up in the 330 Youngstown, Ohio, baby. Mr. Sharon Line. Of course, Wendy Johnson in the 562 Long Beach, California. And he said, she says, when you said 50,000, I was like, hey now, with the money emoji. Hey, look. All right, Wendy. You know I got mad love. All right, you know I got mad love. But I can't just be giving away 50K. I got kids. All right. Y'all seen these kids? And these kids is like at the real age group now, man, where they really out here talking about y'all gotta go. I got college there. I got car notes. I'm like, Lord, how we get to here? But yeah. So no 50,000 in cash. No. But we all gonna do a giveaway. All right. So shout out to y'all, man. Yo, you funny. Oh man, that was funny. All right. Let's see who else. Oh, shout out to the homie Corey Hewins in Greer, South Carolina, the 86. You already know. Yes, indeed. Oh, and that was the comment I was looking for right there, Whitney. So shout out to you. I am going to still give you some love, even though you know we ain't giving away no 50K in cash. I got kids. Plural kids. All right, plural. Jared Pittsburgh Steelers for life in the 559 Visalia, California. I got some of my Visalia people coming out here today too, or actually on the late night flight and then in the morning. But shout out, all right, Cali in the building. Eddie Gamble, I see you in the Virginia Beach, aka 757, aka the crib. Always love for you, baby. Anytime you're tapping in from the 757, the Don. Hefe Quan, you already know. Major love to you in the 323 Watts, California. And is it a show if we don't shout out Felicia Ballard? Come on now. Always tap into 337 Lake Charles, Louisiana. And let's see. We shall end it with boom. Let's go UW. In the 307 Cheyenne. I believe that's why I am. There we go. But I could be completely wrong with that. So I'm just say Cheyenne. All right. But shout out to everybody that is here in the building with us today. Like I said, man, fun one today. Alrighty. And actually sparking it off, man. Shout out to Let's Go UW, man. Bringing it in with a super chat to get us going today. He says, so, because Cam brought it up the other day, if a friend is coming over and they are sleeping on a couch, you put the sheet on the couch or no sheet on the couch. I did see this, man. Shout out to my dog, Cam. Ultimately sparking some good conversation. All right. Some good social media banter. And I even participated with his vote or no vote, on Instagram. I was like, you know what, man, I got time for this one right here. For me, I'm team no sheet because when I think of all the personal experiences I've had with my friends that have visited me throughout the years, we never do the sheet on it, but I do wash. All right. So we got the love sack. That's like the couch that we put all family and friends on, man, up until the new house. We got the guest room, right? But the old spot, it was like, yo, we got the love sack. All right. And everybody know you can get on the love sack, but with the love sack, you could unzip the cushions when everybody's done, take them off and wash them. All right. So we did that, but I can understand where he's coming from though. You know what I mean? If you're on the couch, and yeah, it's like a regular couch. You just got one long cushion. Are you going to put the sheet down and you're going to let everybody just let? I get it. But, that's kind of how I looked at it, man. But y'all got to let me know, man. Let me know how y'all feel about it. Oh, okay. Craig. Oh, I see you, Craig. Craig Ellis said, yo, he throwing the sheet down for sure. All right. It's like that sometimes, man. Like I said, Cam know how to get the people going, man. All right, Cam. Black and Yellow Tech still also says he's putting the sheet down. Okay, all right, I can dig that. I can definitely dig that right there, man. Rod Dollars also said he's team sheet as well, man. And Rod Dollars says he's gonna watch the sheets afterwards too. Man, hey, look, man. My peoples, they know. Hey, look, man, y'all good? Just after the love sack, I'm gonna just watch this. I'm gonna watch the little cushions. Then you zip them up. They're all individuals. And yeah, we're gonna go from there. I don't think we usually run into like crazy issues. Yeah. But obviously, y'all know how I can get, man. All right. And how many people do y'all got staying over too? How frequently are they coming over? I think that's the other part too. If y'all entertaining people like every 2 weeks, every other week, and they staying over, yeah, you might want to put the sheet down. All right. But if it's one of them things where it's like, yo, man, we don't have guests ever, and you're going to stay here for, a couple of days, man, look, bro, you're going to be all right, man. You be straight. But let's get it. Let's get it. Shout out to my dog, Killer Cam, man. All right. And then Let's Go UW also pulled up with another super chat. And he says, man, I love me some JJ Watt. But man, I don't think how he's been I don't think how he's been talking is helping TJ any with his holdout. Now, I haven't all the way paid attention to what JJ Watt has been saying. But just knowing how JJ Watt typically champions for his brother, it's probably under the lines of, he's supposed to be the highest paid defender, period. No discussion about that. He's better than Myles Garrett. He's better than Max Crosby. Those are the two guys that are, the marquee dollar amounts right now from a defensive standpoint. So, yeah, it's pretty simple. If those guys are getting 40 and the other one's getting, 38 and a half or whatever, then yeah, all right, time to go ahead and bump TJ, make sure he's the new highest paid defender. Even if it's by $1 more, that needs to be the case. Now, in terms of TJ, yes, if you're in his corner, that most definitely is the approach that you want to take and the stance that you have, because you know how short-lived careers are, and especially if you're JJ Watt, you think about some of the injuries that he sustained throughout his playing professional career and how, he had to deal with some of those recoveries and stuff like that. So when you think of that part, I know me also seeing the Ryan Shazier element of it. It's like, it really hits home with how you are one play away. So understanding that is most definitely why JJ would be in his ear and ultimately publicly and privately pushing him towards, maximizing his profit, getting as much as you can get. But from a team standpoint, especially in a salary cap league like the NFL is, that necessarily isn't the best approach for the team. Because if one guy's generating or one guy's taking up such a large sum of the cap, now we have less resources to allocate other places. And you become so dependent on one player that if he plays bad, if he gets sick, if he gets injured or anything goes wrong, now you feel like you are wasting that money versus effectively using every single dollar to the best of its ability, man. So for me, man, that's, kind of why I'm torn with it. Me personally knowing TJ, I'm like, I want to see TJ get every dollar he deserves. But then me also being a fan of the squad, it's like, man, I want the team to be able to have other pieces around them and also do certain things that are going to make them be the best going forward. And that can't necessarily be paying TJ Watt the blank check. So we're kind of in that, all right, who's going to compromise a little bit? Who's going to give a little bit? But, that's kind of why I'm at with it, because if you're TJ Watt, TJ has earned every single dollar that he is asking for. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If we want to complain with anybody, point the fingers at Vegas, point the fingers at Cleveland, because they paid Max Crosby and they paid Myles Garrett what they paid them dudes. But for TJ, it's like, man, you got to decide, do you want to get the most for yourself, or do you want to do what's, going to be best case scenario for you while still making sure that the team has a chance to survive? And I think that that's what he has to internally deal with as well. And it's not easy when you talk about change, when you talk about big changes at quarterback, at coordinator, when you talk about, all right, do you think that this team has a chance to actually make noise in the postseason? These are all the things that TJ has to internally process and internally think on to decide if he wants to stay here long term or not. Because if he feels like that's not going to be the case and he's getting towards the back end of his career, then yeah, keep asking for a number that's so high that the team is forced to ultimately move on from you. And now you ultimately can get to a better situation. But if you feel like, man, I really want to stay here, but I just want to get the biggest number that I can get while being here, well, heck yeah, man, do the negotiation thing. You know how it goes. Play the game until the end. And after that, man, find that number that compromises for both parties and let's keep it moving in the black and gold. But this is, I don't fault JJ Watt ultimately, though, man. I can't fault him because, like I said, from the player's perspective, I can only imagine if this is little brother on top of that. I'm definitely like, yo, bro, get the bag. I don't care. With loyalty, get the bag, man. It's a business. You know what I mean? So that's the part where I'm kind of torn with it, man. But shout out to Let's Go UW, man. Getting us right early in this thing, man. Dang, I wasn't expecting no TJ Watt topic today. But, shout out to TJ. And shout out to JJ. Like I said, hopefully, man, we can get all that money situation taken care of, though, man, because like I said, TJ most definitely deserves the bag. All right. His play reflects that. All right. But let's get it, man. Shout out to Mike Hood showing a little love. Oh, he trying to hit the nostalgia on me. He trying to get my heartstrings going today. He says, good day, Mr. Moats. Graduation just hits different. Salute you, sir. Tough times for daddy. Salute the goats. Nah, man. I'm taking a positive approach, man. I said, of course, I could look at it from the perspective, oh, no, my baby girl is leaving me, man. She's leaving the house. She's growing up on me and all the other stuff. But I look at it in a positive way. I say, man, me and wifey have done something right. All right. As parents, to in any capacity be able to, train up a young lady in this world and have her be able to walk across that stage, man, and everything in between, man. Like, that's the part where I'm just like, yo, man, I'm proud, bro. Feel like we'd have done something right. I was low key trying to figure out how much I want to celebrate this accomplishment. All right. So I've been really over here like, I love to celebrate myself now. All right. Whenever you have an accomplishment, I'm big on celebrate yourself, pat yourself on the back. All right. Because y'all know people ain't going to take no time to pat you on the back always, man. So you got to make sure you're doing it for you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I see you, baby. I see you. All right. So I'm in that phase right now. I'm like, yo, we done got the party set up. We got a whole bunch of family coming in town. She off to college, man. Everything just dub. I'm like, hey, now. At the end of every season, man, when you win the championship, where's your hat and get confetti at, man? I need a hat and a t-shirt at some point, right? So I might need to go shopping soon is basically what I'm trying to tell y'all, all right? But that's how I'm looking at this major accomplishment, Mike Hood, all right? So no sadness right now. We big winning right now. It's good vibes right now, all right? So shout out to my lady. All righty. And let's see. Oh, and shout out to Let's Go You Dub, jumping the gun a little bit, man. We're going to get on this with the homie TG. So we talked to him later today. But yes, man, we do have our official Madden cover athlete for Madden 26. All right. Shout out to Madden 26, man. The cover athlete is going to be the Offensive Player of the Year, Super Bowl champion, Saquon Barkley, man. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Saquon. Shout out to Saquon Barkley. I mean, look, Madden curse. It could. I don't think any Philly fan or Philadelphia Eagles fan, I don't think any Saquon Barkley fan are going to be tripping after the year that my man had last year. All right. When you drop the 2K Offensive Player of the Year, you get the Super Bowl. Oh, my gosh. And the way that you did it, knowing with the backstory of Hard Knocks and how all that was public, man, dude was just like, yo, you just won the year. All right. You won the year. Like some of these other guys that get, the cover athlete and they actually didn't have the crazy final type of year. It's hit or miss, man. Josh Allen, he was one of those ones where, hey, it worked out. He was able to get the MVP afterwards, right? But typically, it's like the McCaffrey part, right? Or it's like some of the other guys that we've seen where you're like, dang, bro, why you have to put him on the cover, man? Dang, right? But with Saquon, I'm like, bro, I think, man, he's at the stage right now where, yo, he's a boss, man. I mean, you see the cover, it's him jumping backwards. We know how we felt when we saw that happen in real life. Saquon is that dude, man. I mean, he looks like a human video game in real life when you're watching him play. So, yeah, man. Hey, look, curse or not, man, Saquon, man, you won. All right. You don't have to do another thing on that field, man. You've already won. All right. So shout out to Saquon, man. But yeah, he gonna be all right though. And yes, let's go you Dub. I would agree with you. The curse most definitely hit AB. It was a delayed effect. Yes, it was delayed, but no, most definitely it hit. I'm telling you, man, we was all over here like, oh yeah, AB, you straight. We good. All right. Like I said, delayed effect. That's all it was, man. That's all it was. But man, I'm a fan of it though, man. Like I said, I'm old school, so I'm part of that time frame where growing up, we still loved Madden. Like that was insane when it first dropped. And being on the cover of Madden, being on the cover of Sports Illustrated, like those were big deals. Being a Gatorade athlete, a Nike athlete, big deals. And to me, that has not changed. So yeah, I know it's a little of the taboo part where you're like, hey, bro, you know that Madden, you go to that cover. Usually it isn't the best, but I'm just so old school. I'm like, bro, it's such a rite of passage. It's like being on the cover of a Wheaties box, man. Like, you just gotta do it, man. Like, if you one of them ones, it's a part of the check that off, right? So that's kind of how I look at it, man. But nah, shout out to Saquon, though, man. Definitely shout out to Saquon. And we're going to talk to TG, though, man. We got to see how he feels about Saquon also being here on this here Madden 2026 cover. And let me know in the comment section that y'all copping it too, man. Where my gamers at? I was literally, man, I've been playing, I've been on Madden like literally every day, which is weird because usually I'm a Call of Duty guy, right? Usually I play Call of Duty all the time, but I done caught the Madden bug, man. I've been in this joint just getting it. All right, so shout out, man, shout out. And yeah, if Saquon was already a problem in the game, I could only imagine how insane he's fit to be now when you're talking about him being a cover athlete. But shout out, man. All righty. Take a sip too while we in here. My man Steelers Nation on fire say, yo, that Madden curse going to affect them for sure. And I could dig that, man. I could definitely dig it, man. I can dig it. All righty. Let's see then. Might go ahead and get in on is. But I was talking in cursive right there. Y'all see I got excited over here, man. All right. Because I was over here multitasking. I'm over here reading what y'all talking about in the chat. And I was trying to decide if I wanted to go there first, if I wanted to go with the other topic first. All right. So I'm probably going to go with the other topic first. Then we get back to what y'all talk about. Because I already know what y'all know. All right. But shout out, man. But let's get into it, man, with this first topic. You already know the drill. Go ahead, hit the like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Because over the weekend, or not even over the weekend, it was literally, I think we did the show Wednesday. I had to have had this by Thursday. Yeah, man. But Ian Rappaport, shout out to Ian Rappaport, man. Was on the Pat McAfee show, if I remember correctly, and doing what he does, man, dropping some insider information. And he was ultimately talking about the Miami Dolphins organization. We know Jalen Ramsey, along with Tyreek Hill, have been talked about in terms of trade or wanting to be traded. But then Rappaport brought up another guy. He brought up Jonnu Smith, their tight end, just coming off a Pro Bowl season. And he said that he's obviously somebody that wants money. And multiple teams have been calling about specifically Jonnu Smith and tight end Kyle Pitts, who was obviously with Atlanta. Now, the thing is this, for the Steelers specifically, when Rappaport brought up the interest that we have in Jonnu Smith and calling out to him, was because of his relationship with Arthur Smith, man. They go back multiple stops, man, and that's part of why they were drawing that connection and saying how it could definitely be a fit. Now, for those that don't know, in terms of Jonnu Smith, last year played in 17 games, had 88 receptions for 884 yards, and had 8 receiving touchdowns. And he was named to the Pro Bowl for the AFC. All right, that's what he did. And in terms of Jonnu Smith as a whole, let me pull up his career stats for you as well, man. But in terms of Jonnu as a whole, man, has played in 8 seasons. Started out Tennessee, like I said, his first 4 years there. He was with Arthur Smith, man, 2017 through 2020. From there, spent 2 seasons in New England, 2021, 2022. Then in 2023, he was in Atlanta with who? Arthur Smith once again. And then just last year, like I said, the Pro Bowl season was down with Miami. All right. Now, I will say this also, with 88 catches, he did have 111 targets. All right. So I know some of you might be saying, well, how does that compare to Muth? Muth last year, if I remember correctly, let me pull that up real quick. Yeah, last year, my man Muth had 78 targets, 65 receptions for 653 yards, but he still had 7 touchdowns in comparison to the 8. All right, so just a little bit of context on Jonnu Smith. And then just in terms of when he came into the league, he was a part of the 2017 draft class, 3rd round pick, 100th selection overall out of Florida International, all right, FIU. So when we're talking about Jonnu Smith, man, good player though, right? Good player, receiving threat. Obviously has had a lot of success with Arthur Smith, and he's coming off of one of his most productive seasons, which we talked about last season for him, where he was named to the Pro Bowl. But in terms of how I see it, to me personally, I mean, it could go two ways. Actually, go a couple of ways, right? You're either calling up Jonnu Smith because you're trying to add to that tight end room, man, and you want to, do the old school New England Patriots approach where they had the Gronks, the Hernandez. I forgot might have been Watson at one point during that time frame. So it was like the little 3-piece, 4-piece of tight ends they was throwing out there, right? Or you're trying to do the whole move for Jonnu Smith, which I personally don't like that mindset at all. But I mean, if we had to entertain it, we can entertain it, right? But to me, man, I'm hopeful that this is we're bringing Jonnu Smith in to add weapons, right? Because if he wants another contract, he's currently getting $4 million. I believe that's what they're saying. He is under contract for next year. He's supposed to make $4 million and he has no guaranteed money beyond this year on top of that. So with that, man, if we're, like I said, man, looking to bring him in and get him new money, I think we can do that. Obviously, cap wise, we can. The only potential, like I said, issue would be if Aaron Rodgers were to sign and he wants such a astronomical number that, all right, now that puts Jonnu Smith on hold, but I don't anticipate that being the case. My only thing that I'm not a fan of is potentially having to give up draft capital to acquire Jonnu Smith. Is he a proven player? Yes. Is he a Pro Bowler? Yes. But I think that it would be a little bit overkill just because we already have his type in terms of the Muth. But if we're trying to double up on those type of guys while still having a blocking tight end in Darnell Washington, then yes, you could go that approach and really just try to attack teams out of bigger personnel groupings, right? Playing a lot of base, a lot of 12 personnel, make defense have to play a lot of base because you're doing a lot of 12 personnel offense, and you have the tight ends that can ultimately win those mismatches. I think if that's what we're going with, I like that as well. I think that it starts to put more pressure on the others in that tight end room, because if you're not, a 5, 6, 700 yard tight end receiver, then don't even entertain this. You better learn how to block and play special teams. And I think that that's the part to me that, I'm just like, all right, if we're going that approach, that's fine. I like it, but let's have some order to it. And if that is the mindset, then it would also make a little bit more sense of why you moved on from GP as well. And like I said, with the whole GP thing, regardless of who initiated it, right? We'll talk about that. We just know that the end result is GP no longer being here. So now if that opens up the door for us saying, okay, we can either go the approach of replacing GP at wide receiver, whether that's with one guy or multiple guys, or we can find his production, but now at a different position, and we can ultimately find success operating out of the two tight end groupings. Either one could work, but that was kind of, when I first seen him, like Jonnu Smith, I'm like, Jonnu could ball, but he's very Pat Freiermuth-esque. Like, he's in that frame. So what are we trying to do? Because I don't want to move on from Pat. I think Pat's a more consistent player. I think Pat's a more proven player. And I think Pat, just as a whole, has had less to work with at quarterback while still maintaining a certain level of production throughout those dudes, man. So me personally, that's why I'm kind of rocking the way that I'm rocking with it, man. But y'all let me know, though, man, how y'all feeling about, a Jonnu Smith trade potentially, man? Is that somebody that you would want to make a trade for? And if you did do that trade, is that a trade where you're trying to pair him with Pat Freiermuth? Or would you be looking to replace Pat Freiermuth with Jonnu, and now you're trying to use, the resource that you would have available from the move trade and add something else to the offense, man? But like I said, y'all let me know in the comment section, and most definitely hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe either if you are new to the channel. Said, man, over here talking about trading and stuff, man. I was like, bro, what we doing? Shoot, I'm at the Dagon event, the Little Caesars event, giving out pizzas. Shout out to the Boys and Girls Club. Shout out to the Little Caesars and their Love Kitchen on Wheels. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, we was out there giving out pizzas to the youth, and I'm saying we're moving. They like, yo, they about to trade you, fam. What's going on? We ain't got time for that, bro. We ain't got time for that. No, serve the pizza, but you gotta stay put. You better stay in the Steelers gear. We ain't got time for that, Jonnu Smith. Either y'all together, all right, or we don't want to trade. All right, yeah, but move stays. You know that. Come on now. But yeah, let me see how y'all feeling about this here thing. So Black and Yellow Texas still said he would only be a short-term being due to the fact he is older. Yeah, I would definitely agree with that, man. Let me see. I want to say he is 30, if I remember correctly. Oh, he'll be 30 when the season starts. He turns 30 on August 22nd. All right. Shout out to Jonnu Smith, man. Gonna join the 30 and up game, man. Respect. All right. Let's see. Oh, Black and Yellow Tech still just simply says pass. He's good on it. All right. Let's see. Black and Yellow Tech still also brought up, are they going to cut Connor Hayward if we were to make that move, that trade for Jonnu Smith? So that's the part that concerns me. And that was why you heard me reference what I said at the end, where I said specifically, if you're not a receiving tight end that's going to generate 500, 600, 700 yards, you need to be a dog blocking and an absolute demon on special teams, because otherwise, how do you justify your existence? How do you justify getting, more and more money financially as you continue to have years in this league while not being able to expand on your role? In fact, your role will probably decline due to the two athletes. But if not Connor Hayward, I think the other person that becomes a little bit on the hot seat potentially is Darnell Washington. But I still think that those two guys are utilized differently, because Darnell is still that inline blocking tight end who is almost like an extra offensive lineman at times, right? Or at least that's the mindset. Whereas with Connor Hayward, he's more of the move guy. We'll line him up in the backfield, split him out, and allow him to run some routes a little bit more freely than Darnell Washington. Whereas when I look at Jonnu Smith, Jonnu fits more of the Connor Hayward body type than the Darnell Washington body type. And obviously the Muth body type is like, yeah, you're right there, man. But yeah. So like I said, he's definitely one of those ones though, man, that could be in the crosshairs, man, if we were going to do that. But like I said, it would be a ton of tight ends, but I can see that approach working. I mean, like I said, it has worked before. We've seen teams utilize more of a tight end heavy approach versus more of the wide receiver heavy approach. It's more condensed. But if you have the big athletes that can win versus linebackers or safeties, that's the approach you take versus trying to have your wide receivers beating corners that typically aren't going to be able to do it consistently enough. Like I said, it's a slower approach. It's kind of like playing zone in basketball. Like, we could play man, we could press you, but you know what, man? Let's slow it down. Play zone, make teams have to execute, and let's find this matchup real quick, man, in terms of how we want to defend. And then offensively, we get into our set, man. All right, triangle offense. We know what we're looking for. All right, get it to my big right there. All right, that guy right there, I want him to get the rock. So, like I said, if that's the approach that we're going with, I can understand it. Yeah. And then AJM also says Jonnu is a pass, not for him specifically. Hannibal also says that as well. Let's see. And the homie David Decker says we have plenty of tight ends on the team and we need more wide receivers, not tight ends. All right. I can dig that. And yes, I do agree with this statement. Also, DC53 says Darnell is the red zone threat. We just need a competent coordinator. Look, competent coordinator or not, just draw up the jump ball. All right, I at least want to see get 1 or 2 jump balls this year. Pretty please. All right, because we know he's capable of it, man. Darnell's a freaky athlete, man. Insane size and a former receiver as well, man. So, yeah, man, I like your mindset. But let's get it. Oh, and shout out to Earl catching the pod at 1 is rare for him. But, hey, we glad that you in the building. And I'm going to tell everybody to do what you said. Also, hit the like button right the freak now. Y'all know what time it is. Earl's in the building. Let's get it, baby. But yeah, man, definitely digging, the convos thus far, man. Like I said, man, we will see how this thing plays out. But I was definitely surprised. I was like, Jonnu Smith, where'd this come from? Huh? This is different. It's different. I mean, we're gonna make it work, but it's definitely different. All right. Oh, Mr. Super Chat earlier from the homie AJ Martinez. Shout out to you, AJ Martinez. Also, it says, shout to the 5-5 and Steelers family. I'm working on school, super tired, but we here. Me, myself, and I, along with my 3 demons. JK, question mark, let's go. 2 in terms of Mason. And he says QB1, shout out, shout out. Hey, AJ, man, hopefully school is doing what it's supposed to do for you, man, all right? And you rocking out, sticking with it. And I like the fact that you still here in the midst of all of it. My oldest is graduating school in 2 days, okay? 2 more days. She walks across the stage. It's going to be nuts. Officially a high school graduate. That might make me kind of slightly a little bit on the older side, but I'm not old, all right? But I might slightly be on the older side when you have officially a high school graduate. I'm just saying, all right? We've been at multiple grad parties. I'm like, yo, we starting to see all the same people that I've been seeing since since the kids was little. I'm like, yo, we at your grad party. That mean your little one graduated, right? And my little one known your little one since like 2nd grade, right? Oh. So you mean mine's next? So you mean I'm about to be old too? Oh, no, Lord, no. But yeah, that's where we at right now. All right. That's where we at. But it's real like that, man. It is real. Shout out, though. Shout out to all my graduates out there, all right? And the parents of said graduates and the grandparents of said graduates, all right? You already know, man. Big, big love for all of you all. Alrighty. We also got my man London Parker joining the upper room. Shout out to London Parker and welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Heck yeah, man. I'm about to say, glad to have you joining the gang, joining the family. London Parker, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. All right, we also got Let's Go UW. He says, my concern would be that bringing him in would take targets away from Calvin Austin III and Roman Wilson. I'd like to see them get more to see if they can take the next step. Now, I think that whenever, we run into wanting to see more of or expanding opportunities, that's one of those like internal things where it sucks at times, but the business won't always allow full on exposure, right? To see if a player can fully develop just because of the time and the urgency of the results. Meaning this, if we decide to go into this season and say, man, we're going to lean exclusively on the Calvin Austin, Roman Wilson, DK Metcalf group, and Calvin Austin and Roman Wilson never take that next step. They never improve from where they currently were. We're going to be missing a substantial amount of production. And if you're the coach, right, whether you're the offense coordinator, Arthur Smith, head coach Mike Tomlin, the general manager, Omar Khan, your jobs are directly linked to this team's success and to those players' success. And as much as we could be optimistic about guys developing, it's a difference between being optimistic and being willing to bet your job and your livelihood on that player developing and developing within a year, right? In terms of I need it this year, not 2 years from now. So with that, not every coach and not every person is going to be as comfortable with that. And this is how you hedge your bet. You say, I don't have to add another wide receiver per se, but I'm going to make sure that I have a proven player here. So that way, if Calvin or Roman don't show me that they can take that next step, I'm not sitting here, with my pants caught down and I'm just like, yo, I don't have an answer. So I think that that's the reason, why they kind of have that wandering eye, so to speak. I mean, we've seen them linked to multiple people. I think that's it, though, because it's hard when it's your job on the line to just blindly believe that players are going to just step up and develop and do it right away. Because how many times do you see it not work? And when you're talking about your livelihood, when you're talking about the team, when you're talking about actually doing it, that's not something that everybody just has a ton of confidence and belief in. And this is part of why the Steelers have been as successful, because they do hedge their bets a little bit. It's like, all right, I'm going to get this guy, but I'm also going to get this guy over here. I'm going to do this, but I also got that right there. I mean, even at the positions where we feel the most short of like outside linebacker, you still see them adding to it constantly. All right, let me go get that play right there. Let me go get this Herbig right here. All right, I'm going to bring in an Ingram right here. All right, I'm going to go get a Sawyer right here. It's like, bro, you still got Highsmith and TJ here this whole time, right? But you're hedging your bet because what happens is something goes off, right? We can't allow us to only be linked to this plan and this plan only. So I think that's why you see the interest in Jonnu Smith and why that trade could really materialize. But I don't think that it's a full-on indictment of Roman Wilson or Calvin Austin. And I don't think it cannibalizes their opportunities either. I just think it makes them have to show up and show up now. It won't allow them to do all right, I kind of am stepping up, but I'm kind of not. All right, I'm flashing this week and I'm kind of not. It's like, yo, we don't have time with no George Pickens here to play the inconsistency game with receivers if those are our main sources for production through the air. But if you want to give them dudes a little bit of, like I said, some grace with it, man, you bring in a Jonnu Smith. Now we have another bona fide option where it's like, yo, we don't have to worry about if this can or can't. While they're figuring it out, we know where we're going with this thing. Get on the moving train or you have to wait till the next time, And I think that's, at least from my perspective on it, I'm catching that vibe. I'm saying, all right, that's how I see this thing kind of playing out, man. But we're going to find out, though, man. We're going to find out because at least like I said, with Calvin Austin, we have a lot more confidence because we've seen him now multiple seasons look like he's improving, look like he's a legit dude. And we're just trying to figure out, are you a wide receiver 2 or are you a 3? What is where can we fully believe that we're going to have you and know that this is what you're capable of every single week? I think that the conversation shifts though when you're talking about Roman Wilson, because you're talking about a rookie who didn't get the training camp stuff. He didn't get the, full consistent version of preseason. Really was up and down in terms of his availability for practice. So I just think that that's one of the parts where it just makes you a little bit more hesitant to fully trust it, to fully believe that it's just going to figure it out right away when it still has a lot to learn just at this level. But we're going to find out, man. But that's why for me, like I said, I don't necessarily believe that it's going to full on kill their opportunities. But I do think that this is the Steelers saying, yeah, we ain't about to just blindly believe that y'all going to do it either. All right. And then we got the homie AJ Martinez doing what he does. Be an absolute rock star at life, man. Paying it forward, gifting 5 upper room memberships. So AJ, we appreciate you for doing what you do, making that noise. And for those 5 individuals, welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let's get it. Alrighty. And let's see, about to hit the homie up ahead of time. Make sure my dog's good, even though I've definitely confirmed with him today. So we should be all the way copacetic. But like I said, man, let me text my dog real quick. All right, got that fired up, ready to roll. And if y'all are enjoying what we on today, don't forget to hit the like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Alrighty. Let's get to the next topic, which is, if I remember correctly, oh, yeah, that's what it was, man. Shout out to the UFL dudes, all right? Yeah, man, because we got about 15 minutes when we get to the homie TG, so I definitely wanted to get this one real quick, man. But, dude, we got some black and gold guys down there still making noise, man. Y'all know I'm a fan of any of the black and gold alum doing what they supposed to be doing, especially, when we in the XFLs or any of these different leagues that have popped up, right? USFL, the AAF, everything from, the CFL in between. But yes, man, a couple of dudes, man, that we've talked about on this show throughout the years, man. making some noise down there. And specifically, man, the first guy I want to talk about, Tay Crowder. Man, y'all obviously remember, man, Tay Crowder, man, spent 2 years with us. We picked him up after the Giants released. Remember, he was Mr. Relevant, man, in the 2020 NFL draft to the New York Giants. But we ended up signing him after the Giants released him in 2022. Was here for 2022 season and the 2023 season. Bounced around a little bit more before heading down to the UFL. But, man, he did his dang this weekend, man. Dude made UFL history, having not one but 2 pick sixes, man, in the game. I was like, yo, my dude was out here getting the joint, pump faking him. I say, yeah, what, hey, I like it. But showing off some coverage skills, man. And, you know, for me, man, when we talk about the spring league, we say a lot of these dudes, man, that are, you know, making noise down there, putting together hot tape. These are going to be guys that are going to get opportunities once training camp starts. Because you're seeing them actually play live football and you're seeing the production and the conditioning as well. And some of these dudes, or a lot of these dudes that you hear me talk about, have already been at this level and had success. The Anthony McFarlands of the world, right? The Hakeem Butlers of the world. These dudes have already been up at this level and shown that they can make some noise and play a little bit here. But to see them back down there, it's like, man, all right, let's go. But yeah, man. Tay Crowder, like I said, man, really doing his thing. And shoot, they got the playoffs coming up. Actually, their joint starts in a week. Yeah, man, they down to their final. The way they do their postseason, they just do a 4, you know, 2. All right. But my man Tay Crowder, man, over with Birmingham Stallions, they got their game is June 8th at 3 p.m. And then St. Louis, man, they got their joint at 6 p.m. for the conference finals. All right. But yeah, man, shout out to Tay Crowder, though, man, doing his thing down there, man. I said, all right, bro. Hey, keep representing the black and gold. All right. Keep holding us down. Another guy, though, that's making some noise down there in the UFL, man. And he's obviously a guy that we've had on the show in the past as well. Travis Feeney, right? Talked about him, man, former draft pick of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I make sure I get him right. If I remember correctly, he should be 2016. I was 1 year off. But yeah, part of that 2016 draft class, man, 6th round pick to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Travis Feeney, though, he's been named for the St. Louis Battlehawks team that he plays for. Their Sportsman of the Year. All right. So in terms of the Sportsman of the Year, that's their version of the Walter Payton Man of the Year award, right? Every team gets a nominee, and the St. Louis Battlehawks is nominating Travis Feeney to be their Sportsman of the Year award. And it's, like I said, very similar to when we talk about the Man of the Year award that we see here at the NFL level. Guys that have been nominated: Cam Hayward, Russell Wilson, obviously myself. And then we saw where Cam just a year ago won the award for the whole NFL. The world, Craig, the world. I mean, it's pretty daggone dope. It's pretty daggone dope. Shout out to my dog, Killer Cam, being an absolute rock star on and off the field. But Travis Feeney, man, even at the UFL level, man, following a similar path, man, making impact on and off the field, man, getting out there, being an absolute good guy in the community, man. So always a fan of that, man. Like I said, for both of those guys, man, Tay Crowder, along with good old Travis Feeney, man. Like I said, making some noise. But that's not all that, you know, was going on down there. All right. Shout out, like I said, shout out to the UFL. But the other part that they got going on down there, my man Tom Brady. They say Brady looking to add that ownership. He's trying to expand the ownership portfolio. I said, oh no, hold on now. Wait a minute. Brady now. Now we already know he's a minority owner or part of a minority ownership group with the Vegas Raiders. He got approved, what was that, a year ago, I believe it was. So big deal for him there. But now they're also saying, there also been reports that he is also in the market to, you know, tap into that UFL ownership level. And some of the things that they've talked about specifically with Brady as it pertains to ownership is a couple team locations, man. Tampa obviously being one because of him winning the Super Bowl in Tampa Bay. I believe they're saying that that's where he still resides, is in Tampa as well. So obviously there's a connection there. They brought up out in Michigan, right? You got a Michigan team currently happening and playing and stuff like that. But obviously with his connection to the Michigan area, being a part of the Michigan Wolverines history and stuff like that, then yeah, they could see him obviously tapping into the Michigan element and sparking that up. And anytime you talk about Tom Brady, you put him in any of these places, it's like, yeah, people are gonna want to talk about it. People are gonna want to see him, and they're gonna pull up on him, man. And I'm just like, oh, all right, okay, Brady, okay. So those are the two. First, they talked about Tampa and Michigan. Couple of other locations though. They said out in Oakland, in the Bay Area, San Fran, Oakland area, potentially. We're specifically in Oakland because obviously we know that the Oakland A's along with the Raiders used to play out there. Both of those teams now have relocated to Vegas, but they still have, a strong demand for fan base for professional sports. And they talked about how, with certain other sporting leagues that they have playing out there from a minor league standpoint, how well they do in terms of ticket sales, in terms of crowds actually showing up. And that's the part where with Brady, once again, being from the California area, was it Sierra High School? Now you're looking at him and you're saying, well, hey, man, if he goes back in that area, of course, he's going to spark that interest. And on top of that, it's Mark Ford, it's California, right? So I think that those are some of the things that does make it unique for Brady. I'm just like, man, Brady, the UFL has been gaining interest. It has been growing. I mean, shoot, I'll be over here talking about it, right? Like, yo, man, but this is how it is, man. We're seeing it more on ESPN. We're seeing it more on your network television, right? Your Fox, your ABCs and stuff like that. And it's only going to continue to get bigger with more names like this getting a part of it, man. When you're talking about a Tom Brady, we talked about The Rock, obviously, right? Dwayne Johnson, man, being the main focal point of the rebirth, right? Of the UFL, specifically talking about their merger that they had. So with that, man, these are all the things that point to, the UFL trying to make some noise and really trying to, get back on the scene, and not even to compete with the NFL, but just to continue to stay relevant alongside them loosely based on it. But these are some of the things that I think will continue to grow that game. These are some of the things that will continue to grow the interest from a fan's perspective, along with the product continuing to improve, right? We talk about some of the stuff that they've added rule-wise that is a little bit different, but how as NFL, we'll take some of what they're trying out or doing and implement it at our level that we find interest in. So I think we could continue to see similar things like that as the UFL continues to grow. We specifically pointed out how our kickoff is their old kickoff, how they have the alternative onside and how we're going to be entertaining that in the future. We talk about how they've already had the automated first down readers versus, how we were doing the old school, have the chain crew walk out there. Now we're adopting the automated first down crew as well. So you can see a lot of those parallels, and that's why you're going to keep hearing me talk about it, because I don't think it's going away anytime soon. All right. But they also have one other thing going on down there. I shout out to the UFL. Like I said, man, if you a dude, man, that might have had your credit a little bad, you was doing something that you weren't supposed to be doing, and the league ain't treat you right on the back end, and you have interest to keep playing, the UFL is a great opportunity, man. Like I said, the quality of it, the rules, the exposure. I mean, all of these things look good. We even saw where they had the argument about, benefits, and even that seems to have, been rectified as well. So like I said, man, it's definitely giving dudes a legit opportunity to play some good football that ultimately can translate back to the NFL, which is ultimately we all trying to get to, baby. All right. But the other thing that is going on with the UFL, like I talked about, man, with Brady and company, man, they got this here 3-point conversion, bro. Yeah, y'all heard me right. 3-point conversion. Now, we've talked about a lot as it pertains to the UFL. We've talked about a lot as it pertains to, some of the jankiness, wackiness, gimmicky rules and things that they have implemented for the UFL. But to me personally, this 3-point play, I'm just like, bro, this is different. This is different, man. Like I said, man, you got your traditional, because remember, they don't allow field goal attempts, right, in terms of extra points. no extra points afterwards. So looking at the 3-point conversion, I'm like, yo, you got the 1-point attempt from the 2-yard line, cool. The 2-point attempt from the 5-yard line, all right, gimmicky but cool. But they got the 3-point attempt, man, from the 10-yard line, and I'm just like, that's the one that I gotta holler at my dog TG. We gotta talk about it because I feel like we talk about the UFL a lot, but I'm like, yo, we gotta talk about this a little bit. All right, I need to get more in depth on this, how he feels, how we feel, because to me personally, I don't hate it, which is odd. I thought I was going to hate it. I thought I was going to look at it kind of like the 4th and 15 attempt. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm not really digging this. Or excuse me, the onside attempt, right? Onside kick alternative was going to be the 4th and 15. I was like, I ain't really feeling this. But I kind of am open to the 3-point conversion attempt. Because we kick field goals. We got 2-point conversion, right? Which is cool. But yeah, imagine a 3-point conversion attempt and preface it as a conversion attempt, meaning you have to score the touchdown first. Can't be, all right, you marching. Hey, man, I don't like how this works. Let me go for 3, but we doing it with, our starting offense out there. Nah, man, you got to kick the field goal, get your 3 points. This is specifically saying, though, after you score, because say there's a scenario where, you're trailing by 9 points. We've said, man, yeah, if you're down by 8, you got a chance to score the 2-point conversion. But once you get to 9, it's like you're screwed, man. You don't have a chance. So with their offering, though, with this 3-point conversion attempt, is the ability to tie the game up, even if you're down by 9, or heck, go for the win when you're down by 8. Kind of crazy. And like I said, I thought that I would be old school and be like, nah, I ain't with that. But that's not how I'm feeling right now. I'm honestly open to it. I'm like, yo, it can make the end of some of these games, or even just the strategy in some of these games, a lot more interesting with that finish, man. But yeah, man, let me know your thoughts, though, on this here 3-point conversion attempt that they got going on in the UFL as well. Like I said, man, UFL, man, they trying to make some noise, man. They making some noise. They doing what they supposed to. I'm becoming a bigger fan, all right? Because like I said, I'm already a fan of it. Anytime we're getting a league where it's giving, guys opportunities to continue their playing career, specifically middle to lower class NFL players. And what I mean by that is the guys that aren't the 10, 20, $30 million players, man. The guys that have been on those minimum salaries and are year 4 and under, or maybe they're, the year 7 to 10 vet. And it's like, man, they're trying to work their way back or trying to show that they can play still. It's like, man, I love that opportunity for these dudes, man. So hopefully y'all do as well, man. But the drill. Don't forget to hit the like button. One time for the culture, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Let's see what y'all had to say, though, as it pertains to these here these QBs. Jeez Louise, definitely not these QBs. We ain't talking about them right now. We'll get back to them on another day. But let's see. Cookerman says, don't like the 3-point attempt for the NFL. I can understand. I can see that. Okay. Oh, Tito with the good vibe. Shout out to Tito. He says, I'm open, Moats. As long as we get another Lombardi soon. Hey, look, and that's my thing, man. Anything that's going to bring us closer to another one. All right. I don't care how we got to do it. Just get us there closer. Pretty please. All right. Pretty please. All righty. Let's see. Steelers Nation on fire. So my man Brady about to make his money back from the divorce, and talking about him trying to get back to these leagues. Yes, he did go through a little bit of a divorce this year, man. Y'all know how that get, man. He said y'all got to recoup. All right, Brady back outside. He back working. All right, you see the more commercials. He's doing all broadcasts. I said, all right, y'all turned him into the monster. I like that. I definitely do. Let's go. All right, all righty. Oh, and I think I saw a super that popped in. Alrighty. Oh, here we go. Oh, shout out to Tito with the good vibes. All right. Yeah, Tito with the good vibes says, shout out the Moats and the Goats. Been missing the lives due to work. Nah, you've been missing the lives, but you still show up, man. I see you in all the pre-recorded vids, man. This channel, Kicking It with Moats channel, man. I'm just like, yo, Tito be out here, man. Tito be just comment. You be on the Instagram, be like, yo, you just be comment. You be like, I be like, yo, shout out to Tito, man. You a good dude, man. All right. I appreciate the way that you show the support, man. Whether you're here in the live or the post. The pre-recorded, all right, the aftermath to the chaos, whichever version that you support, man. Like I said, I do appreciate you. Alrighty. And it looks like it might be that time. So while we are waiting to confirm if it is that time before I call him up and we get the dial tone. Oh, and also shout out to Tito with the good vibes, man. Paying him for being an absolute rock star at life, gifting an upper room membership. So shout out to Tito for that and to the individual that he gifted it to. Welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Alrighty. And then, shout out to Tam Beckley as well. Tam Beckley says, Mr. Moats, what's good? What's good? You already know what time it is. Man. Let's get it. Says Tam, repping the 319. Is it true that the Dolphins don't want to let go of Jonnu and vice versa? Graduation is an old milestone for sure. Now, in terms of the Dolphins' perspective on it, it's kind of like muddy what they have going on right now. It looks like they should want to keep Jonnu because of the production they brought for them, man. He was one of their bright spots on their offense last year in the midst of a very chaotic situation. But this is also now the third star player or proven player for that organization that has been linked to trades and has legitimate trade interest. So I don't know if it's a scenario where the Dolphins are trying to save money and they don't want to pay him. And if that's the case, then cool. I mean, when you got a Tua, a Tyreek, a Jalen Waddle as well, man, that's a lot of resources, a lot of cash that you have to allocate. But at the same time, I could also, understand them saying, yeah, man, we think that this dude's a heck of a player, a good player, not young player, but a guy that's still on the right side from an age standpoint. You got another couple of years with him. That, yeah, man, you want to keep that piece around, man. He only makes your team better. So I can see that as well. But that's one of those ones, man. Like I said, from the Dolphins' perspective, I wouldn't have a ton of interest in moving on from him, but the Dolphins aren't operating how we're operating, and I don't know what their long-term vision is either right now, man, as it pertains to McDaniels and as it pertains to Tua, who we know will be coming back from, the concussions and stuff like that he's still been dealing with, where we have just, long-term questions about him, man. And with that being the case, though, we are going to get ready to get in with my homie TG, and I do see Stella Fierce showing love, getting the crowd ready for my dog. So I'm going to go ahead and just put yours up here right now because you shouting out the homie. And then from there, man, let's get ready to do this thing. All right, T. So you know the drill. Hit the like button one time for the culture. Don't forget to subscribe. It's time to hit my dog up. TG.
Hello.
What's the word? My dog?
My dog. What's good?
Let's get it. All right, you know what time it is, man. Let me draw the intro. Ladies and gents, boys and girls, children of all ages, you know what time it is. Yes, indeed, it is that Pittsburgh Steelers alum, of course. I'm joined by that West Virginia mountaineer. They say it is almost heaven. But then on top of that, that's my locker mate, one half of the locker mates, and the current defensive coordinator of Norfolk State University. Behold, the green and the gold. I'm talking about Terence Garvin, TG. Oh, let's get it. Man, the crowd got to turn over my dog in the building, man. What's the word with you, man?
Man, just kicking it,
Let's go,
Camp
man.
Season, June football season, it's that time again. So All the time, man. Summertime, we here.
Hey, big facts on that. Big camp season, man. If y'all don't know, man, there's camps everywhere. You got
Camps
you got
everywhere.
Steelers camps, you got Mike Vick, Norfolk State camps. You just got camps on camps on camps on camps on camps.
it's
All
camp
right,
season.
y'all know what
You know,
time it
so
is, man. Know what time it
Get
is.
outside, go camping. You know?
Hey, get them outside, man. Hey, look, we look forward to being outside with my dog TG. All right, we look real forward to it, man. All right. But let's get it going. Let's get it going because clearly we got a lot to catch up on, man. A lot to catch up on. All right, but let's first start with the elephant in the room, man. Jonnu Smith, just last weekend, I believe it was Thursday, we get the update from Ian Rappaport on Pat McAfee's show where he's talking about the Steelers potentially having interest in Jonnu Smith. And from there we start getting more and more talk, and we're looking at the deal. I'm like, okay, he was only getting $4 million, so do we need him now? I mean, we can afford him, but do we need him? He's coming off a Pro Bowl season. I'm like, I mean, he's nice, but do we need him now? So
I think
talk to me,
all
man.
weapons are good weapons.
Okay,
All weapons are good weapons. All weapons can help. But I that intrigued me too because like if any spot they straight at tight end. Like,
especially the receiving one, right? Like, bruh, am I missing it?
Just paid that, paid that, score touchdowns.
And look, the money come in, the touchdowns go. We know the drill.
Money came, the touchdowns.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. I just feel like they got their blocking tight end, they got their receiving tight end.
Right.
They cool and tight. Even they got a H-back tight end.
Come on, man. Shout out to Connor Hayward, man. Shout out to the gang and them.
It's kind of like you got every type of tight end. I don't know if they just.
He said you even got the 6'8" jump ball tight end, bro. Like, what else you want? Hey.
Well, they might be ready to get in 13 personnel all game, man.
Marriott, okay.
What I mean? They might want to play 23 personnel all game.
Oh, man.
And then they really gonna only make you wait.
We watching Army and Navy. We watching Army and Navy.
It makes sense. Good defense, run the ball. Good defense, run the ball. Here's a play action RPO for you.
That's tough. TG, you know that's tough. Optically, that's tough. That's a tough watch, bro. That dog say 22, 23, 13, 12. 23. Like, this is too many. It's too many twos and threes. I just way too many twos and threes.
Hold this wheel route out of this 13 personnel.
You know you get in the wheel. You get in the wheel. You get in the drag to the wheel. You gonna get.
Come on, man.
Crosses, waggles. Be like, hey, bro, why we doing this, bro? Come on, with the pop pass, like, why we doing this, man? Hey.
It's not what it's what the people want. Yeah.
I know. It's tough though, and this is the sick part. We'll win games doing it. Because it makes you play discipline, and the Steelers are going to be super disciplined. Absolutely. They can have success doing it. It's stank to watch. It's super stank to watch, bro.
Everything's lining up to say, man, we're about to run the ball, play defense.
It definitely is.
I don't know what you still. It's almost like, what are y'all still looking for?
Yeah. Like, y'all don't believe this yet?
Man, I've been on the Aaron Rodgers train since the train even
I know
got the launch.
That's your guy.
It's my guy.
That's your guy.
It's clearly he's playing with us. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got to tell your man, like, hey, man, she don't want you. Bro.
Hey, yo.
Like,
TG. You ain't about to TG. You about to just throw that out here and just act like that now.
Let me tell you how I know it's weird.
Talk to me.
Because they're starting to come out with Mason looks good. Mason's making big throw. You're not paying attention to the movie, man.
TG said, I'm listening to the storyline, bro. Peep the storyline. This storyline.
They're starting to tell you about Mason, man. They starting to let you know it feel control. Went to the rally. Like, you just feel him, bro. You said,
he went to the rally. Yo, you got a big time public appearance. Like you don't just get to have that appearance.
You don't just do that.
You know how that green light comes from up top. You already peeped. Yeah. That green light comes from upstairs. You don't get to just wake up and say, I'm pulling up on that. Nah, bro. Are you actively under contract? No. Because if you're not actively under contract, then you do what the heck you want to do. But when you actively under contract, that's you got to get the green light. You don't get the green light unless you one of the chosen few. All right.
Feel okay.
Yeah. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
You
now.
gotta look at the stories.
Up what you're putting down.
Starting to get a little bit more over here.
Okay.
Not tripping. I'm still Team Aaron, but it's starting to get late in the day now. Now we're starting to we're about to be at mandatory minicamp.
Bro, we're a week away. Think about that. We're literally a week away, bro.
Like,
we are
you have
there.
to be here for like now. Like, this is the snap count. We're not discussing it no more. This is what we're going with for the year type.
So if that is the case, that is why you ultimately feel like the Jonnu Smith trade stands out even more, because it's like, what's going to benefit Mason? He needs as many weapons as possible, right?
Quick game, short games, hold that. Yep. You know, I don't have to
less
spread
exposure to
this out.
negativity.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you what we're gonna. I know where we're gonna get here. You know, they always go cover 2 to this.
Hey,
look like.
And you know, when you're seeing teams in base, as a coordinator, you can speak to it. Base defense, man, coverage wise, you're getting 1, 3, 4 tops. Like, it's not gonna be exotic, in the blitzes or the same handful of blitzes. Like, it's just different in terms of what you have to prepare for.
When you start to bring that 12 in the game, all game to 23, like, we're not playing spread, no exotic coverages.
Yeah, nothing exotic. I'm not tricking you.
Like, you know, it's one back, one gap. Like, it ain't too much secrets out here. You know, the only way we can get to that gap is we got to pull something to get there. There's not too many secrets out here.
Yeah. Like, and if your eyes in the right place, it's still gonna go right back to what we said at the beginning of this thing, man. You know what it is.
One back, one gap. Let's get to it.
I'm gonna simplify it. Let's go.
There's some big backs in here. We like our wings. So
we got big backs. We got big offensive linemen too. Now you think about it, Broderick and Troy, them big boys on the edge.
You arguably could argue it goes to the original. The original, you feel like you got the best line in the league.
You see what they're trying to build up, right? You see it.
It's big everywhere. You know, drafted the first every year.
Come
on. Can't say it's not. It's not. Paper is ready. It's ready to run the ball. Run the ball. Play good defense.
So with that though, like, does Jonnu, is that overkill though if you have Pat here though? Because, like, specifically, like, it's like Jonnu got 111 targets last year, bro.
Right.
You feel me? I'm like, that's a lot of targets, bro.
That's a lot.
For a tight end, that's a lot of targets, bro. We complain about that. Pat only got 70-something targets last year, bro. You feel me? And we was actually throwing it to him. It's like, 111 targets. Like, I don't.
But here's a Dolphin, though. You know, that's
fair.
That's a night and day different. That's like the ACC to the Big Ten. You know, like that's almost a Big 12-y. Like, let's throw the ball.
They spread it out.
That's a different world. Yeah, that's a different world.
Okay.
So it's like, I think you just got to say, like, he's a weapon. He's an athletic tight end. He's a mismatch. He's a dude, you know? I remember he caught that over route to win the game in overtime. You know?
Like, broke a hoop. He a good player, man. Athletic player, receipt. But it's because of that. And that's the part where we're just like, well, are you like,
what do you do with
him? Like, what is that though? Because we have that. We got Move. Move is literally, we're gonna say the same things about Move that we're gonna say about Jonnu. We're gonna say the same thing about Jonnu that we're say about Move. Like, hey, give me effort when you're blocking, all right? But we know what you're here to do. You're here to route them up, win in space. Like, we know this, man.
10 out of 10. Like, you know what you're here to do. And
look, Move, you got more touchdowns, a little bit more money. Jonnu, you got the Pro Bowl under your belt now. So it's like, man, y'all both looking at each other like, hey, man, Spider-Man meme. What's up? Yeah.
But to me, it's not even so much I don't want to say if you get him, because it's like you if you want him,
I think you can get him. Yeah.
It just more represents. Like, what is this?
Yeah.
You know. What is this? What are we trying to do here? What are we working to do?
Now, I also wanted to follow up then to see, do you feel like this is any type of reaction to the GP move, right? You moving off of GP. We obviously all focused on adding another wide receiver specifically. But does this potentially give you a better option to replacing GP's production than going the traditional wide receiver route? We named the Amari Coopers, the Gabe Davises of the world, but we're saying, hey, if you don't want to have an offense where you have to be more passing to these wide receivers, we could live DK and heavy on the tight ends. Is that what you see them potentially pivoting to? Or is this just, he's a really good player and there seems like he was available and this is why we just popped up with interest towards Jonnu Smith?
Yeah, I think it represents a good player and it's available. I also think it represents strategy. We're going to keep this thing tight. We're going to run like short game, quick game, spread it out from the tight. We don't super need a receiver. Let's go 12 to it. Spread that out. It says we want to play your base. Like when I listen to it, I'm hearing we want to play your base. We want big on big. Let's hoop. Like, let's see if your bigs can run like our bigs.
Can I murder you in the paint? Yeah. I'm saying.
Let's see if your bigs can play like my. Yeah. I want super bring out this slot, but if I have to, I got it in here. Yeah. But it said to me, even the fact of his interest in it says I want to play big football.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, this isn't another wide receiver. This is a tight end, like legit tight end. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Like 260.
Which it's like, yo, all right.
260.
We slowing it down, man. All right, hey, walk the ball up the court. You know what we on, man. All right, take the air out of this thing. Execute big bodies. Let's go. All right. I can dig it though, man. I can dig it. But yeah, so shout out to Jonnu, man. Shout out, man. We will see though how that continues to play out though, man. Like I said, man, as more and more information pops up around it. Now, you did bring up Aaron Rodgers, man. Do want to spin back to you on that because yeah, we are literally 2 weeks away from official Steelers mini camp starting. Yeah, man. What's up, bro? What's up, man? You told me your guy was locked in. He was gonna be pulling up. I've went through all of my scenarios. I'm like, okay, he's doing this so that way, they can't find him or yell at him for not showing up for OTAs and mini camp. But now I'm just like, yo, it's quiet on top of it. We had the little, press clippings. Was that a week ago when he did the little Q&A? But I'm like, yo, here we are again. It's quiet again, bro. Like no movement, nothing. Like, help me out, man. How you feeling about your man right now, man?
I mean, I'm still Team Aaron. I would love to see it. He just not vibing like somebody that's.
You catch what I'm saying?
Trying to play. Like, you listen to it and you watch it, he just gives me. I'll wait till somebody gets hurt. Or he gives me, like, I'm cool. Like, I'm not really pressed to. He just don't give me somebody that's.
He's not urgent.
Like, he don't give me Russell Wilson where it's like I want to get on a team. He don't give me that. He give me somebody that's like, man, I'm okay. And I don't know. I know it said he's doing some personal stuff.
Yeah.
I do understand that. But he just it just feels a vibe of like, man, I'll get out there. If I get out there, I'm not really too worried to get out there.
It doesn't seem like a priority.
Yeah. But if I get out there, I'll go out there. But again, I'm not really too worried to get out there.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. That's just what it feels.
Yeah.
And, it could be different, but it just feels as though I don't have to get out there. Like, I love to get out there and I love it. I'm a football guy, but it's just a lot of stuff going. Because, OTAs, and it's not everything, but it's like you got to get a rapport with your guys.
Yeah, man. It's not real football, but it's a part of football, man. It's a part of the build-up process. It's no different than what you did in high school when we would have 7-on-7 leagues, man. Or it's like, yo, we doing spring workouts together, man. Get your shirts and your shorts, go out there. We gonna throw the ball around. Like, it's building the camaraderie, it's building the timing, rhythm, all of it, getting to know you. Like, I'm gonna play harder for you if I know you as a person. If I know that, man, Rodgers don't he cares, man. Or this dude only eats this. You be like, hey, bro, all right, this kind of cool. Like, or whatever it might be that just organically happens by being around the guys, you are missing that portion, regardless of how we minimize it's just football and shirts and shorts. It doesn't matter. Those are two different doesn't matters. Yeah.
But it's just more of, there's little stuff. Snap count. What's the sound like? Here we go. Yeah. Ready, whatever. Just how we do. It's the little stuff. I think one thing about Aaron is that Aaron's an above the head type football player. You remember even with the Jets, because we didn't get to see much Aaron in the season. He got hurt. So it's like the highlight of Aaron and the Jets was OTAs, where it's like, okay, they're trying to get their chemistry together.
Him and Garrett Wilson. Think about the clips they had coming from him and Garrett Wilson. You was sending them clips of hearing Garrett Wilson like you thought it was gonna be Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs or something, bro.
Man,
I remember you fell for that trap.
Aaron and Devontae.
Come on, bro. You thought it was gonna be like Josh and Amari Cooper or something. Josh and Khalil Shakir. So you like, bro, all right, well, you know Josh ain't like, wait, come on, but you know that boy Rodgers ain't like that no more, bro. Stop playing.
Aaron and Lazard.
You know, like that. No, man, that heavy lightweight right there, man. Lord have mercy. Yeah.
I'm just saying, Aaron done made a lot of guys. He done made a lot of guys.
Randall Cobb. I see you, bro. Yeah.
I was like, we can keep going. I was trying to get to Jordy Nelson. I was just getting started. Like, he's been doing this for a minute.
Rodgers be making me like, yo, who is this dude and why is he nice? Rodgers made him nice,
Aaron,
bro. This is Rodgers,
Aaron made some guys. You know,
Rodgers, they got people to pay, bro. You be like, hey, that ain't that, bro. That's only that with that. All right.
I watched Odell cry in that interview. But that same Odell was trying to do anything to get to Green Bay. If you remember that.
You say, yo, can I please, please come get
me. I watched him. He was all like, I didn't want to leave New York. I felt that.
Yeah.
But he was, I remember in the time, I remember living there. He was like, man, I'm trying to get to Green Bay with Aaron. Like, it makes sense.
If you know, you know, bro.
If you know, you know.
He ended up going to Cleveland. You see how, man, the wrong situation changes a lot. But then he gets to LA, back with a dude. Super Bowl. Absolutely. So you can see how it impacts him, man. 100%, man.
But he was trying to get to Green Bay.
That's funny.
Aaron, if you know, you know.
That's funny.
I'm with you. I'd love to see the Aaron DK connection. I love it. I love it in Pittsburgh with a Coach T sponsor. It'd be positive. Do you kind of? But it just seems like just the energy. Like, and I think that's the Steelers way. I think they exactly where they want it. Everybody's per se not tuned in. It's not prime time, but it's still, what are they doing? And it's like, remember, I think they believe in Mason more than people think.
Low key, I was gonna say, I think that they like to rally around underdog.
The underdog.
They like to rally around adversity. This is what we talk about Coach Tomlin. What makes him so unique is literally his ability to rally the troops. Next man up. Next man up is next man up, because we done got hit with some serious adversity and nobody is believing that we can still keep going. And he knows how to maximize that. So there is a world where, there is a world. I don't know if I like that world. TG. But there is a world where, I can see them 100% believing that Mason is capable. And them being like, you know what? Hey, let's start the Mason rollout. Because I'm with you. You seen him him and Missy Matthews had to sit down. He was at the Trump joint. I said, all right, okay, you making noise. Like, you really out here. Like, let's go.
No.
Be QB1 if you're ready to be QB1, because you giving QB1 vibes with this, man. Like,
everything, I just feel like they believe in him. I don't think it's we don't believe in you thing. I think they believe in him. I think they,
Hey, look, man. We'll see how much they believe in him. Does he get a Monday QB channel? Does he get a Monday QB show? You know what I'm saying? What's his you know what I mean?
Nah, he don't get that.
Because, well, you remember Seven had a show. Rodgers got a show. I'm just saying, if you QB1, you got a show, bro. Dak got a show. We got a show? Is you the man?
That's not Seven.
I'm just saying. Seven had the radio show for a while. He had the radio show. Heck yeah. Yeah,
you gotta focus.
Come on, man. I'm just like, hey, man. If you're the guy, are you the guy? Like, are we all the way in this thing?
Man, he got to make a couple big time throws. Like,
I mean, he done it already. Technically, we remember the 4-game sample size he did have here. All right, he had his look. He opened eyes that can't be closed going forward. Yeah, you know that.
I feel that. He just He got to make a couple more throws.
Couple more.
Like but before he can get a show and stuff, he got to make some decisions. Like, we talking about Mason here. Like, he got to make some.
Look. You
They
know
gotta
this
make
is
some
what you
throws
do in the
before you get a
NFL.
TV.
In the NFL right now, it is the league of content. It is the league of podcasts, radio
You
shows,
don't get that.
TV show. I'm just now. Some of the people
It's
in
the
the chat,
Steelers.
some of the people in the chat
It's the
agree with you.
Steelers.
My man Tom
It's the
J said
Steelers,
it's
bro.
too many pods going on right now for NFL guys.
It's the
you
that's half of what got Russ got.
But
Like, not
think
to
about it.
be.
You got
They
Cam,
don't want that.
you got Christian, you
Then
got
let
multiple podcasts on the
Cam could do that.
squad.
Because those are defense. Tell me some
Okay.
offense. Like, not to
Respect,
be. But yeah,
respect.
I just said we gonna run the ball and play defense. That's an identity right now.
Okay.
Defense. Like, that's a quarterback right
Hey,
now.
because I'm just over here like, hey, bro,
Y'all
you
do
know
y'all.
we keep a name. We done had some people. I don't act like we don't got
And Cam-
like, yeah,
Cam
bro.
gonna do Cam. Cam gonna do
Cam
Cam.
podcast loud, bro. I be like, I see you, Cam. Like,
Cam is an
loud.
outlier. Cam don't count. Cam will do Cam. Show me somebody else.
Joy
Like,
loud. I say,
you know what I mean?
Cam.
I think Move do a little something, but you know, a little something.
Dude's
Let's
got
stay
some
focused.
podcasts going over. I'm like, yo, it's some
Stay
content being
focused.
had from over here, bro. I
Let's
don't.
stay
Hey.
Let's stay focused. Like in that QB room, let's stay focused. You know it. Like even you can say Russ. They calm Russ. Russ
calmed it down a lot, though. Yeah, Russ calmed down a lot, bro.
Russ is totally toned back up. You can hear him on the opposite stuff. Russ
was on the wood and the garden with Sierra. I said, yo, Russ back outside. Y'all better stop playing with Russ.
Come on, man. Russ calmed down tremendously.
Russ said, y'all had me too quiet over here. Let me get my slogans going.
I don't even think we seen Russ at the Pens game.
Think about it, bro. He put up the one game. It was just shh.
Yeah, it was silent. It wasn't. You know, go eared. It wasn't none of that.
My man put feet on wood at the garden. Come on, bro. What we talking about? Right next to Spike? Come on, man.
Come on.
Yo, that's a statement. He's here.
Man, I said it. I was like, Russ couldn't went nowhere if I did in New York.
I say, yo, it's a Jenner in there. There might be a Kardashian over there. Is that Russ? Is that Russ? This looks like Russ. Yep, that's Russ.
Russ can't ready to get to the TV here in a second.
Oh yeah. Don't be surprised.
Yeah,
get up. Good morning, football. One of these joints, man. You gonna see my man. You'll see Russ not too long.
Russ getting ready to Matt Ryan this thing. Man.
If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
Man, they took my man. They gave him what, fully guaranteed?
Mm-hmm.
Like 48 or something. I seen the number was like.
Come on, man.
He's gonna get in the game at some point this year.
Well, they were asking if you think
this
guarantees he's the guy, or do you still feel like Jackson Dart is gonna be who they're ultimately trying to get out there from start to finish this year?
No, at some point, man, it's just how does the team do?
Yeah.
How hot is it going? Is it hot early? Is it slow a little bit? Is it do we got a playoff run in it?
Yeah.
If it gets slow at all, go with the young boy. If it gets slow at all, go with the young boy. Like, the young boy is going to finish things up.
Okay.
You drafted that in the first.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, man. It's early.
But the plan is probably the Mahomes that. Let it sit, let it learn, and then it's his.
Okay. But yeah, man.
That's the plan. Similar to what Pittsburgh's trying to do.
I mean, you see it. And that's regardless if Rodgers shows up or not, man.
Yeah,
it's like, yo, if Rodgers shows up, okay, now, Will, you're definitely the sit-down guy and learn. All right, if Rodgers doesn't show up, Mason, you're going to start this thing out. If it goes left at any point, Will, then it's your chance. But sit down and learn. Absolutely. I mean, we tried to do that with Mitch and Kenny, too, if you think about it.
I think that's just the plan. That's just how it operates.
Yeah.
You know, same with Justin. Mm-hmm. I think that's just how it operates.
Yeah.
But I just feel like it's a tough boat in terms of that over there. Because it's like, I think it's good for him to sit and learn. But it's like he still got to,
Mm-hmm.
I don't like we're seeing if that's the guy, and I think he does a lot of good stuff on tape. He's pretty. He looked the part. He stand the part. He feel the part.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just we gotta see, you know.
Nah, big facts on that, man. Big facts. But yeah, man. So we'll see, man, about this Aaron Rodgers thing. Like I said, I feel like every week we're gonna have to keep doing these updates until we get some hard pen to paper answers. All right. But shout out. But yeah, man, let's keep this thing rolling because we also had some new information be revealed, man, in terms of our 2026 Madden cover athlete officially being revealed. None other than the man, the myth, the jumping backwards offensive player of the year, Super Bowl champ, 2,000-yard rusher, Saquon Barkley. Saquon. How my dog feeling about Saquon Barkley being the cover athlete for Madden 2026?
You know?
Hold on, I lost you for a second. What you saying?
You can hear me?
Yeah, I got you now. I got
we
you.
like it?
Yeah, I got you now.
We like it.
There it is.
We
there
like
it is.
it. We love it.
There it is.
He deserved that, man. You know, he was the real MVP.
Don't you do that. Don't you start that. Don't you start that he was the real MVP.
Besides
don't
start
that. Don't you start
besides quarterback, because quarterback's hot. You touch it every play.
Mm-hmm.
Besides quarterback, he was the real MVP. You know?
I think I would agree with that 100%.
Yeah. He was the best non-QB this year, for sure.
If it wouldn't have been Josh Allen, I would have gave it to Saquon Barkley. I'm with you, bro.
Or Lamar.
I ain't say. I said I would have gave it to Saquon. I'm with you, bro. Yeah.
Or Lamar.
If it wasn't, if it wasn't Josh, it would have been Saquon Barkley to me. All right, I would have just gave it to Saquon to be good, sure. Bro. Just give it to Saquon, man.
Lamar.
Most deserving would have been Saquon for sure, man.
I think Saquon totally deserved the Madden cover. You know, I think everything said you're the Madden cover guy. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
So I think yeah, that's him.
Fresh contract too this all season, man. He won, man.
Super Bowl.
Heck of all season for the dog.
You know? Like, and then it's kind of like with all the hard knock, it just give it to Saquon. It makes sense.
Shoot, he put him on the president too. Now that I think about it, man, he didn't have a run.
Man,
his last 365 have been crazy.
He's
bro.
the people's champ right now.
Man. He's like Ali out here in these streets. You're like, hey, bro, up, bro. Like, we see how New York did you. You up. Yeah.
Not bothering nobody. Good teammate.
Come on, man.
I was a good teammate all year. I cheered for people.
Time out, TG. I even like his commercial. Stay calm. Let's stay calm. Let's stay calm there. Come on, man. Stay calm. Hey, it's okay. Just breathe. Where can you breathe? I'm like, let's go, man.
I took knees on the 2-yard line. I could have broke records.
Come on,
like,
man.
I just
the
I did a lot for the
selfless
people.
Guy. Ultimate selfless guy.
Put him on the cover. I jumped backwards. It's gonna look hard on the man.
The cover looks stupid, bro.
Who else would you put?
First off, you got the old school, the Kelly Green joint. And then you got the reverse jump with the bronze on your feet. I see the cross promotion too. Don't peep.
Don't sleep on the bronze.
All right. You see the cross. I'm like, yo, that's not by mistake. Them little bronze, and of course they got them things showing, man. Come on now.
Sure.
But yeah, so now any concerns for the Madden curse potentially though? They brought up how the curse did have an impact on AB. It was a delayed effect, but it did have an impact. And obviously we know McCaffrey and company. Yeah. I'm just figuring it as. I mean, Josh,
I thought we already beat the Madden curse.
We have, but we haven't though, because it came back with McCaffrey. I feel like Josh was interesting because of how Josh was able to, do what he did, but he offset it, I think, because with the he got a wedding and everything like that, so it changed stuff for him. But yeah, man, like I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's yeah. I said if he I said he could go bad. He'd have had a crazy year. He deserves it. All right, he could take off the rest of the season. He'd be all right.
I'm on the same page with you. I think he deserves it.
Yeah,
it don't really matter. Like I think he deserves it. He is the Madden cover. Yeah.
Because I'm like with the other dudes, most of them, man, they got close to winning it, but they never did. Like when we talk McCaffrey, when we talk, like I say, even with Josh, some of these other dudes, it was like, heck, Lamar. It was like, yo, y'all got close, but the question is now, is this going to impact y'all where y'all never are good again? You never get back to, a Super Bowl, where it's like for Saquon, it's like, bro, you got your Super Bowl. You got your Offensive Player of the Year. You got the 2K. You got the bag. And you got the crazy, like, freeze frame moment. Like, yo, is there anything left for him on the table right now? Like, what else can Saquon give you?
Saquon, man.
You see what I mean? I'm like, yo, you Saquon, bro. Like, you don't have to do anything else. You're forever stamped as Saquon, bro.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. You won.
Yeah. Shout out to Saquon. Most definitely won, man. Most definitely.
You won the Super Bowl. You're going to Hall of Fame. I think you checked it off of this. I think this was that checking year. So you done got what
first ballot?
First ballot.
First ballot. I think it was the first ballot one right here, bro. Yeah.
I think he checked it.
Yeah.
Now it's just icing now.
Yeah. It's all gravy for him, bro. Yeah.
Similar Odell. That year Odell won the Super Bowl, that was like his
Hall of Fame.
Like, nah, he ain't got it. He really hasn't had a year really since that.
Nah, he been hurt. but that stamped his legacy because he was already such a loud player from a moment, and then it was like, all right, you look at the numbers, and now you get the hardware, and he was hoping before he got hurt in the game. You like, oh yeah, you nice.
I think that one got him podcasting and whatnot. Like that one got him like, all right, it's you. It's like it's you before, but now it's chosen one. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Shoot, I tell you, look, man, him and AB, them Super Bowls, man, that game changer, bro.
Super Bowl changer.
Game changer. AB. It's like game changer, bro. AB. You're in there. They can hate you. They can be upset with you. You're in there, bro. You know
AB gonna let you know.
Yeah, you're in there, bro. Yeah.
You never take that away.
Can't
Super
do
Bowl
it.
champ.
Right.
Check it. So, I'm for it.
All right, respect to the dudes though, man. Definitely respect to those dudes over there. All right, well, sticking with the game theme, man. Like I said, we're gonna get back to some of this in real life content, but college football 2026. Have you seen where they gonna actually add head coaches to the game now? Obviously, hey bro, they got the guys in there. Kirby Smart's in there, bruh. They got my man Dan Lannon in there, bruh. Yeah. Right now, the two headlines that aren't
the two that's not in there.
Deion Sanders and your man Belichick. Yep.
Deion and Belichick. I already know.
Yeah.
No, I'm not giving you that.
That's
Deion,
wild, bro.
But most like. I don't want to say greats, but greats, they don't let you use them in the video game. It's like that in every.
Remember, Belichick was never in Madden either.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's kind of how the guys do, and not but boxing like Floyd, the great.
You're not gonna beat me like that, bro.
I'm not gonna let you get that. So it's like I think it's a little thing like that.
Yeah.
You don't expect Belichick to hop in the game. I mean,
you just never know though, bro. Nobody expected him to hop into college. And then just the direction that he's went, he college, he went public with his relationship, he outside, you know what I mean? Like he doing beach yoga with this lady. Nobody expected to see this from Belichick. So I'm just like, you just never know. Like, yo, you gonna be in the game too. So this is good to see. At least we still got some of that old Belichick still around. We still got some old Belichick in there. That's good to know.
That's still Bill.
Yeah.
That's still Bill, man.
Yeah, I was like, hold on now. This is different now. They said, "Nah, you ain't put me in that game. You ain't about to have me like that."
Not doing that. Let's talk about it.
But yeah, man. They were saying though, not only is this gonna be the first year where they've had head coaches in the game, and then obviously them on the cover, but you also have freshmen, or actually a singular freshman incoming, Mr. Blair Underwood, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Will be a freshman next year, but he's on the cover. Obviously, you got your Ryan Williams, who was a freshman last year, on the cover. But they were saying how this is the first time we've ever had an incoming freshman be on the cover of a major video game release like this, man. Hey, what's your energy on that also, man? I was like, hey, now shout out to the young fella.
Shout out the young fella, man. I don't love it.
You don't love it? No.
I don't love it.
So you need to prove it first. Oh, man.
I think you gotta.
Because I'm looking at the cover, bro. The cover got a lot of dudes. You got Jeremiah Smith up there. We obviously talk about Ryan Williams. Reggie Bush, Tim Tebow made it. They got some of the old school vibes, right? Then
I love
it. You got my man from Penn State, John Franklin, on the cover. Ryan Day, not Super Bowl champ, national champion up there as well, man. Yeah, they got some mascots up here. Yeah,
Jeremiah on there.
Jeremiah and Ryan Williams, they front and center. You got my man from Notre Dame, the coach over there, Williams. Yeah, he's in the building. He's on the cover. Kirby got him and the dog behind him. All right, shout out to my Georgia fans out there. They both in there. You got Dan Lannon with the Oregon Duck on the joint. Shout out.
Be on there.
Shout out. Of course you got Lane Kiffin. Kiffin in the building.
Syracuse put the OC, the head, and the DC in there. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, big facts. Big facts.
Big facts. Whole mob in there. You know, everybody gets some.
Florida, they got the one. I'm drawing a blank on my man, but Florida got my man in there. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah,
the quarterback.
But I was like, yo, what's his name? The young boy,
superstar.
He's in there.
12 gauge.
Let's
pay attention to it. That's a young superstar. You don't know. That's a young superstar. You heard me say it first. 12 gauge. That's a young superstar.
I know you love your Florida quarterbacks, man.
That's a young superstar.
Is he another AR-15? Is what I need to know ahead of time, man.
No, you're a year away from having a conversation about him. Remember, I told you today.
Okay, hey, look.
Remember, I told you today.
You're
gonna have a conversation about him.
TG, when have I ever refuted you from a collegiate perspective, man? In fact, you're one of the guys I lean on when I want to know ahead of time who I need to be knowing about. I talk to you. I say, yo, who are the guys? And you do this, what you're doing right now. So trust me, I'm gonna be aware. I'll be aware when it's time. Yeah.
A sneaky, a Heisman candidate this year.
He's like that. Okay. Respect.
That's a dude.
Respect.
5-star coming out, freshman prodigy. That's a dude.
Hey, look, man. When I'm looking at these dudes, I'm like, bro,
that's a dude.
To be on the cover is a big deal, man.
That's a dude.
I'm like, yo, if you on this cover, like, yo, it's a lot of dudes out here to play college football, man. It's a lot of dudes out here, bro. A lot of All-Americans, a lot of dudes, man.
They say buddy that went to Michigan is everything.
That's what they saying. But it's like, bro,
everything.
But they say that a lot about a lot of people at times. You feel me? I'm like, it's hard to live up to that, though.
Man, in the year of the portal,
you see what I'm saying?
Like, that's everything. It's hard to come out and be everything in the day.
You catch what I'm saying? Like, you know what the portal is worth? Like, it's a lot in that portal, bro.
It's guys who's already done it.
That's what I'm saying. They were already all world coming out. They were already proving this and this, that. And now they've shown that, all right, he could ball here, and here now. Like,
So, but they saying my man's everything. Everything.
Because, see, this was the thing that kind of surprised me. I was still hearing about the dude in Colorado, the young boy that went over there.
Yeah, he's straight, too. He's supposed to go to USC.
Right, I remember that. Nice. And he flipped on him and then going to Colorado. Yeah.
Yeah, he can run. Big arm. Kyler Murray-ish.
Yeah,
Kyler Murray.
Because they saying he gonna compete with the cat from the transfer.
No, that's his job.
Okay.
Yeah, that's his job.
All right.
What you talking about?
Okay, say less then. Say less.
Yeah, you watch well off, man. You know, man, that's him.
Okay.
Yeah, that's him. He came in early from high school to go get that job.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
That's his job.
All right. But you know Colorado, I'm like, hey, bro, these quarterbacks during this time frame, man, this is what they do. At least they can compete with each other. They lie to themselves for. Yeah.
Colorado's on the way though. Man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, bro. Heck yeah.
I think he'll be better now. As crazy as it sounds, I think it's now that like the Suns are gone.
Yep.
I think now you'll get.
He can coach. He can just coach now.
Yeah. You're in your prime now. No, we're not doing that.
Yeah, what's the boy? Julian Lewis. That's the cat. Yeah.
Julian Lewis. Made the USC.
Yep. That's the one. That is the one. I'm trying to blank on the other guy's name though. They had him in here too, man.
Florida? Lagway?
No, it ain't Lagway, bro. No, I already know Lagway. I already know. Yeah. No, here it is. Right. Oh my goodness, is it? No, it's not that one. It's not Salter, is it? No.
Where are you from?
Oh, I thought he was from Texas, but I thought he was transferring to Colorado, man. Oh my goodness.
I was gonna say Archie probably in it.
Yeah,
but Archie will not be.
Well, Archie wasn't in the game last year. Remember that?
Yeah, Archie wasn't in it. Tell you no.
Yeah,
Archie got the. We're not worried.
Yeah, look, he's in a different tax bracket right now. He comes from a different situation. All right.
I definitely can see that. See that.
But nah, shout out though, man. All right, so you saying the young boy though that's going to Michigan, was it Blair Underwood supposed to be?
Blair Underwood.
Yeah, he's the guy. All right.
Supposed to be everything. Everything. Supposed to be some young guys right now. You know.
Bryce. Yeah, I bushed it. Bryce Underwood. There we go. Blair's the actor. Yeah. Bryce Underwood. There we go. I'm about to say I knew it was a B in Underwood. Heck yeah.
He's supposed to be that though.
That was it.
Michigan man.
Was it Belleville High School? Yeah. Out of Detroit, Michigan. Okay. Staying at the crib. All right. Yeah, that's crazy though, bro. That's crazy. Shout out to Bryce Underwood. All right. Okay. Now, I just wanted to let you know, when you had made your comment about the quarterback from Florida being a future Heisman Trophy candidate.
Yeah.
there were some Alabama fans in the chat as well. They weren't feeling that at all. In fact, they was just like, nah, bro. Florida producing Heisman people, crying emojis, laughing emojis, like they ain't hearing none of that. It's a lot of roll tide happening right now. I'm throwing it out there, bro. That's what they saying. I ain't said that's what they said.
I'm all for the tide.
Yeah,
the tide,
yeah.
But
they
check this out.
This though, bro.
This is a fact. This is a fact. For the first time, and I think it was 17, 18 years.
Yeah.
Alabama didn't win 10 games this season.
Yeah, this is true. It was crazy.
Yeah, I had seen that too. Like, so I mean, we can't do all that right now, man. I'm all for the Tide. I love the Tide too, but that's not the Tide no more. That's Bama now. That's Bama now. We gotta get to see the new Bama.
Changing up the guard. Changing up the guard.
You know how I go. You know.
We've had to see Georgia reload multiple times now. So I feel you. We've seen.
It's kind of like it's like let me give you a good movie, man. Gladiator.
Okay.
Remember how the whole time in Gladiator, the whole thing was trying to get the great city of Rome back to Rome.
Yeah.
You know, and it went through a lot of guards trying to get it back to the great city of Rome. Man, we've been watching Gladiator for years.
A lot of Gladiator movies trying to get it back. Yeah.
I think it's similar to that right now. It's like, yeah, that's Roll Tide, but right now that's Bama. Okay. I think the kids look at it like it's Bama now. I don't think it's still Roll Tide. Like, you get what I'm saying? It
used to be a time where Roll Tide knocked on your door. There isn't a debate. It's Roll Tide. Yeah. Now, what Saban said, I don't have to recruit. I literally point to these rings and these championships and say, is this what you want or not?
This what you're trying to do.
It's like, yo, you want to be a part of this or you don't? It's simple.
But I truly think that portal and the I guess per se the NIL done made it. It done balanced out the whole college. Because I mean, even you look at the Natty, that's not SEC. You know, it's been SEC every year, all day, every day, all day. Yeah. So it's kind of like the balance been kind of balanced out.
Is that a good or a bad problem to you?
I just think in the time where you couldn't per se, and I'm not saying nobody was doing anything, but when you couldn't per se do certain things, I think the cream of the crop went to a certain place. Yeah. You know?
Now it's more spread out.
Now it's more spread out. Like, all right, I'll go to O State, or I'll go to, Florida, or I'll go to, like, it's Florida, well, not Florida, but Florida. Like, it just seems more balanced out. Like, like everything's solid. You can get beat by anything.
Anybody. Heck yeah.
Anybody can grab you. So that's just what I feel like. Oregon, it just feels different.
Yeah.
That's just like.
I like it, man. I like it. Nah, shout out, man. Shout out, though, to, like I said, the gamers out there, though, man. Like I said, Madden 26, EA Sports, College Football 26, man. Yes. It's going to be a good go, man, when these things drop later this summer, man. Alrighty. And if y'all enjoying the homie TG rocking out, hit the like button one time for the culture. And don't forget to subscribe either if you are new to the channel. All right, now, TG. We got about one. I might get another one in with you, but I'm just giving you the heads up, bro. My oldest is graduating this week, bro, from high school. The week is crazy. The schedule is crazy. All right, so I'm rocking out, but it's kind of a tight schedule. I just give you the heads up. All right, that makes you getting old. I just want to let you know that if I got somebody graduate, you definitely old. All right, so just take that with you. But I did want to get your thoughts on this though, man. We had talked about it. All right, we talked about it. Okay, the flag football thing though, man. Dudes ain't going for it, man. All right, dudes ain't going for it. We've obviously heard where NFL players are going to be allowed to play in the Olympics, and when that first was announced, everything got crazy, right? One player from each NFL team could play. Talking about getting different approvals and things like that. But we also, and you did this, shout out to you, TG, said, man, hey, it's dudes that legit play flag football though, full time. Like, that's their professional sport, and they not gonna just be okay with acting like they chop liver, so to speak, man. And specifically the poster boy quarterback of Team USA, Daryl, I believe it's Doucette. I believe that's how you say his last name, man. He was saying how, they don't personally want the help of NFL players. They feel like they're good enough to win the gold themselves, and they would love to have the opportunity to, get a chance to compete, to get on the rosters and stuff like that. So yes, of course, man, social media was doing what they do. You either think that, the flag team is elite and they would whoop the NFL team by 100 points if they played, or you think the NFL players are super elite and they would just dominate the flag guys with zero practice. It's one or the other. Like, what's your energy on it? But you
that's
see
back
the
to
energy.
the root of it. Remember, because I was saying, I'm like, bro, it's some people who do flag, and I think that's the part. Remember, I asked you this. I was like, man, so is this just an NFL thing, or we just? Because it's some people, again, who just do flag. Like, I know how to pitch. I know how to do the flag aspect. I know when to take the knee on the 46 instead of crossing the 45, because now I got the whole first
drive.
down.
Yep.
Little stuff, So it's some people who just understand flag, Like, I think that's, that was my thing about it. Like, I do understand that it's some flaggers out here. And it's like, if it's going to be a NFL thing, and I think I see the benefit of NFL because it'll make it a national thing. It'll make it where people all want to be like, okay, I do want to be like Justin Jefferson.
You would get so much more money and eyes on it if NFL players are in it. Yeah, for
sure. But I think it's just gonna get, and I'm curious because I'm still not sold that NFL is gonna jump. And I'm seeing dudes like, I'm cool. I want to see how it gets.
Well, because it's not this year; it's 2028, and I think that's the other part we got to remember. It's
I agree with that. Yeah. I think you'll get the youth. I do. I think you'll get the youth. I think it's some college dudes you're not thinking of right now who will be Lagway. These guys that we're even talking about. These
Jeremiah Smith or Ryan Williams 4 years from now, they're in the league in year 2.
I think you do get that.
They're in year 2 in the league right now, man.
And I think 7-on-7 is so hot in a sense of the youth that those are the guys that have been playing 7-on-7. Is different than flag.
Yeah,
it's different than flag. And then it's a lot of little stuff, what rules they'll play.
It's different, but there's still some similarities to it. And I think that's the other part, though.
You're not going to get today's quarterback. I think you'll get a tomorrow's quarterback.
That's fair.
You see it? I think you'll get a tomorrow's quarterback. I think you'll
might get a Milrow in your joint. Might get A Rich.
I think that is what you get, like a Milrow. I think it is what you get, like I think you'll get like a Milrow. I think you'll catch somebody's going to come do it. But you're going to attract, like, you're not going to see Saquon.
Right.
You're not going to see.
Because even a Justin Fields, if it was this year or next year, sure. But we're seeing 2028. Even at that stage, I don't even think you see him at, wanting to play in a flag league at that time.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
But it's going to be interesting, though, man. It's going to be interesting.
I'm with you.
Yeah. Because that's my thing, man. I'm just like, yes, if we're seeing NFL guys get practice to prepare, which if it's in 2028, they should. But we also have the question of how much are you going to legit spend on preparation for this versus taking the other approach of, man, let me just go out here, man, and focus on my NFL craft. And we'll do that when we do that. Like,
I just think the whole thing is Team NBA, the USA Olympic team practices throughout those 4 years.
They do.
People don't.
Like they definitely
practice. do. They get after it. They get chemistry. I think it's similar to that. I think you got to practice.
And they got warm-up games. Think about it. We'll see them play exhibition games, all type of stuff leading up to it. It's not just that year.
For sure.
And most people, like you said, they think of it just being that year. It's like, it's a commitment, bro. Yeah.
That's a commitment. That's a 4 year. I'm on this team.
Yeah.
And I think it's similar to where if you do that, then I think the NFL has to embrace it, where it's like, all right, this Pro Bowl might be the flag game that is USA versus the All-Stars, or just little stuff like that. Like,
NFL Pro Bowlers versus the Team USA national team, man. They're a Doucette and company, man. Y'all come out here, because you even have to question, are those guys still going to be playing 3-4 years from now? I'm sure they will be, you know what I mean? But it's like, I'm sure still some of those guys, age-wise, that they're going to have some questions. So it's like, man,
I think it's just
let's get everybody out here.
Also, this football, man, these dudes get hit.
That's like, when dudes get hurt, bro.
You gotta make sure it's there.
2028, Nobody you can just bank on, like, oh, yeah, he's for sure going to be this day, bro. He might have his leg ripped off in 6 months right now, bro. All right. That's real life. No, that's real life, bro.
Yeah,
I like it, man. I like it. Well, like I said, man, we will continue to monitor it, man. But shout out to the flag football guys, man, and shout out to the NFL. But like I said, bro, I do got to graduate this weekend, man. All right, so we're going to have to go ahead and get up out of here today. But my dog, you already know we're going to spin the block and do this again, man. Appreciate you as always, man.
My dog.
Let's get it. Let's get it, baby. Peace. Alrighty. And if y'all were enjoying the homie TG, taking some time to tap in with us, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, either if you're new to the channel. Couple of minutes left before I got to get up out of her, because I got a baby that's graduating, all right, in 2 days. And I got to make sure that we doing all the little senior lead up stuff. We got something important we got to do tonight, all right? So let's see, we got one final super chat that came in. Shout out. And this is from Vagabond Abstract. And, I appreciate you from the heart, man, dropping your super chat. And more importantly, supporting the channel. He says, guys, we were really excited about Patrick Queen coming into the fold last year. What's your expectations for year 2? I really see his growth as an X factor. I agree, man. I think that last year, the combination of new environment, right, in terms of new scheme, new defense, new team, had an impact on him. I also feel like in this is context, it doesn't justify it, but it is context. When you're the new high paid free agent, you don't get all the reps that you're accustomed to getting in OTAs and in training camp and in the preseason, because they're trying to save your legs, man, and they don't want to overwork you because you're the money. And the problem is conditioning. In terms of game conditioning, it's a lot more challenging to have to work in try to make up that ground, so to speak. So I thought that early on in the season, some of the stuff that we saw from him in terms of lack of production or even fundamental questions, to me, was more so due to the conditioning part. Then as the season progressed, we saw him start to play a lot better. And then at the end, we knew he had the Jordan flu game. And it was just unfortunate that his flu game didn't work out like MJ's flu game. But to me, I think, man, with a healthier version of him, another year in the system. Also, I think him understanding that, hey, last year, how that impacted him conditioning wise due to them trying to save his body. I think this year he's going to have a little bit more effective plan in place. And that would, to me, put him in a better position to fly around there and be more consistent. I also think Derek Harmon, YA Black, Keanu Benton, Killer Cam up in front are also going to keep him free, and that's going to also help him out, man. So that's kind of how I see it, man. But shout out to you, though, man. Vagabond Abstract. Definitely appreciate you, man. And like I said, man, anytime we get to talk some LBs, I'm a fan of that. But like I said, for me, man, that will conclude today's show, because I do got to go do some of this you got to graduate stuff. You know what I mean? That real life stuff. All right. The good stages of life. So with that being the case, man, hopefully y'all enjoyed today's show. If you did, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, either if you're new to the channel. Like I said, man, we might have another show this week, but it's up in the air. It's not looking good right now. Like I said, my baby graduating. All right, she's graduating. But either way, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all stay safe out there. And until next time, baby. Peace.